Okay, gamers, so something slightly different today. A indie, I suppose, game studio got in touch with me in a very polite email, I have to say, about giving their game, Claritas Dungeon Crawler RPG, a review, and I figured it might be fun, so here we are. I haven't tried it out yet. I just went to options and turned the music volume down a bit. Funny, you cycle to 20% increments of the settings, and I'm not playing full screen, but I think it's being recorded full screen. It's actually more comfortable for me to have the game in a smaller window, and I only know that it's a sort of old school like Final Fantasy for Game Boys RPG like. So from checking it out on Steam. Full disclaimer, this is not a paid review, but I have been given a free beta key to the full game apparently. The demo is currently available on Steam, and the full game is supposed to release in January, so in about 2 months. So I think I'm not really breaching anything in regards to sponsorships and whatnot. But anyway, let's start with some gameplay, and then I will give maybe a more concise review at the end, or maybe at the beginning. I don't yet know how I will cut this video. New game. Ooh, ZX, move, arrows, mobile controls, okay. Oh yeah, this game is supposed to be available on mobiles as well as on desktops, so I'm playing on a desktop. Now these ZX controls may not be great for me because the check layout doesn't have Z next to X. We, for whatever reasons, can swap between QWERTY and QWERTZ layouts. So X definitely does something, and yeah, I have to use Y instead to go to the shops. Can I go to options and change that? Guess not. Always dash on, remember command off, so always dash. I will run slower now. Yes, so always dash makes you go faster, and I think everybody wants to be doing that. So okay, first thing to note, I would like to be able to rebind the controls on desktop at least. I understand this may be extra coding to do, but it would make some people's lives more convenient. Alright, so let's continue. Shops. Buy. Okay, so this is a consumable shop. It buffs XP tome. Okay. Right, so I got 250 gold. Have and apparently I'm not sure whether the have is what I have or the shop's stock. So if I buy one, okay, so now I apparently have 11 rather than 10 health potions. Okay, so looks like this is the shops seem to have unlimited consumables. What's this one? Doesn't have anything. Right, I could have just gone to sell to check what inventory I have. Okay, this shop. That's the weapons shop. And regenerates health per turn. Okay, I like passive effects like that because I'm a lazy player. So there is a lot of items to select from. I will be struggling with the controls because, like I said, the Z and X are unintuitive for me now. Okay, so this is class selection, I think, because you can build any team you like, if I understand it correctly. I think this upgrades various abilities and mechanics of the game. That makes sense, using apparently colored gems you will be getting from dungeons, I guess. And this looks like it's some sort of a legendary gear pieces shop. Okay. So let's see. I think this is currently the party I have. Probably. And you can swap between a whole bunch of classes. I have to say I like the game's aesthetics. The graphics are... they appeal to me. I grew up on Ragnarok Online and this definitely has that vibe. And yeah, pixel art is just great. Okay, so also, assassin, a psychopath, okay, there, must have. The priest carries an oath to protect and heal his allies. Okay, strength, so apparently a bonker. Okay. So, I mean, thieves, rogues and assassins are my favorite class ever since, again, Ragnarok Online. So for about, 20 years now or so. I'm old. So I have Mistress. Okay, that's a unique class indeed. Anyway, Hawkman, the I don't think this game's intended demographic are children, because this is pretty dark, but that's fine. And what skills do the classes have? So apparently every class has 4 skills it can use. I'm not sure whether at any time or if it's mana based just now. We're really getting the first impressions with the game right now. Black hole. Damn, that looks powerful. Sadomasochism. Okay, so there is mana involved. While active, your attacks will have a chance to be followed by a session on, I think there's a typo, that's probably supposed to be by a session of intense flogging, and you also recover mana when taking damage. Yeah, definitely an adult game. And I think I will want a healer, so a cleric is a healer, a druid is a healer by means of draining, but I'm not sure if that just heals him or the whole party or whatever. Frozen Queen, Hawkman. Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping Hawkman because reasons. Holy Warrior. Paladin. Phoenix Knight. What's the difference between a Thunderlord and a Thunder Mage? Okay, it looks like every class has a total of 120 stats, increasing by 10% every level. Vampire! Shares your power with you, granting lifesteal to everyone. Thank you. Werewolf. I think werewolf and a vampire in the party shouldn't work very well together. Okay, I'm probably overthinking this. So, Mistress, I mean, a part of me wants to use that, but a different part of me doesn't. I'm probably overthinking this, and on the other hand, I probably want something more soaky. Dragon Blood. Okay, let's take Dragon Knight, and let's see how this game actually works. So I think I've seen all the shops. What's this? Ah, that's a way to go to the game itself. What's this? Save. Yes, save please. And what's this? That's either not implemented or it's just a fancy thing. Okay, so let's go. Beach 1, sure, who doesn't love a nice beach episode? Apparently, right. Gem reward, aquamarine times 1, recipe unlocked, okay. Start map. Ah. I see. So it's sort of a, you get a map you need to uncover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, a fight! But anyway, so the map seems to be 13 by 17 squares, which is something I'm too lazy to count right now. What do we see? Ally. I see, so I can check my stats in combat. See enemy, I can check the enemy's stats in combat. I can try to escape. I'm assuming that's a try. Position. Oh, that already does the action, so I can form a front line and a back line. item will probably let me use an item from my inventory, and skill is definitely gonna let me use some of my skills. Oh, everything costs mana, so mana is more of energy, I guess. Let's see, mace to the face. And mace this guy. Ah, we have action points, so I think that gives you the turn order and health and mana. I'm liking this so far. Right, we are much faster than the opposition. You can guard, you can focus to regain mana, you can rest to regain health with everyone. That's good. At least at this stage, the health and mana stats are understandable, as in you don't have 17,358,000 HP, which I like, because numbers like this are sort of relatable. And yes, apparently you have to go through the front line first, at least with melee skills. Okay, so I used a lot of basic attacks. If I try to use a special skill that deals, or a special more expensive mana-wise skill that does deal a lot more damage. So that's good. Vampire sucking HP back is always great. AP cost 1,000, okay. Oh, the smaller skills cost less AP, so they can be used more often. I'm not sure what's base MP cost. Mana point cost, but what's the blue number? Okay, 181 MP. Yeah, there's an inconsistency there, because the number next to the skill and the number in the description regarding the cost don't align. There is like a 50% extra, give or take, which I don't understand where it comes from. Assassin's Party was victorious. Nice. So time to open the chest, some extra gold. You can get into fights on hexes you have already explored. I didn't expect that. Assassinate hurts. Black hole, 99 mana. AoE, and it hurts a lot. Okay, that looks like a pretty heavy damage dealer class, but with the cost of the black hole, you won't be doing that very often. No, not assassinate. One thing I love, the game... Oh, black hole has a cooldown, doesn't it? Interesting, so some, at least big abilities, have a cooldown, which I probably could have noticed because it's listed in the description. But back to the original thought, the game remembers which action you used last with the character, and that's very good from my point of view, because it reduces the need to select it manually every turn, which will cause fatigue very quickly. I have no idea what that is. It looks like it could be the exit, and I don't want to exit just yet. Health potion. Okay. I should probably try using some passive abilities as well, such as the Dragon Blood. So Dragon Blood heals maximum health per turn, which is good, at the cost of increasing your MP cost per turn, and depending on your elemental affinity, which is very well explained as being the highest resistance, more on that probably later, you get an additional effect, so switch that on and mace to the face. Vampire, critical wound, let's switch that on. I see there being a debuff on the enemy, which looks a lot like a bleed. Vampiric Aura. When active, grants lifesteal to all enemies, but it's kinda expensive, mana-wise. Blood Plague. Blood Plague. Okay, that's nice because it will cause the enemies to take more damage from you and to take some thorn damage functionally when they attack you, but it's probably best used when there are more enemies in the game because the cost is per turn and not per enemy. Wings of Power will increase your evasion and speed. Okay, so this is... If I had the Hawkman on the front line, I would probably want to be using this. And what's Bloodburst? Okay, so that will eventually give you regeneration. Let's switch this off. I think a dedicated healer will still be a must because the vampire regeneration isn't quite enough. What's this? Are you ready to fight the boss? No. More. Wait, that chest was empty? Or did it just not show the contents because the chest is on top of the window? Nobody knows. Alright, some 50 HP sprites. And I have very nearly ran out of mana, so let's rest. Let's rest some more. I think I can take out one of the water sprites or whatever they are before they can act again. Never mind then. Yeah, I need to heal my vampire. So, items, health potion, restores a decent amount of health, and you can select whom to use it on. I expected the potion would get auto-used by the character that is using it, so that is convenient. Yeah, I need to rest to get some more mana back. Maybe having the window or the highlight. No, I don't want to do that. Mana potion, yes. There, that's the problem solved quicker. Yes. Maybe having the highlight of which hero is currently active be more highlighted. Revive, dexterity potion, okay. Would be a good thing, because with the pace of the game, at least I will lose track easily. So what's this? Ah, a special thing. Traveling merchant. Offering to buy some of your... Okay, so not selecting or not accepting the trade doesn't use up the event. That's good. That's a good design. Yeah, I want the gold because I will want the equips from the lobby. Okay. What's prowess? I suspect prowess is the main stat, or sum of stats or something. At least the game kinda tells you, if I understand it correctly, in a very linear fashion and an understandable one, what you will actually do. Okay, so I think I want to restore mana to the Hawkman, because, for example, in Monster Hunter, you have I will finish the thought and I will check out the event. You have weapons that have like power 250, and then you hit the monster with it and you deal 80 damage and 7 damage in a combo. And there is no real intelligent correlation between those two numbers. I suspect that in Monster Hunter you get similar system to here, where each hit gets a coefficient of the weapon damage stat, but since the combos are like 4 or 5 hits or whatever, the coefficients may be, I don't know, 5% per hit, and I absolutely hated that. Here, at least so far, it seems like you have 40, I don't know, strength, and you will deal 70% of that, and maybe the enemy has some armor. So it at least, remembering the stats the characters had and the coefficients, it sort of made sense. So, random event, village party. New heroes arrives. that should be your heroes arrive at a small village in the midst of a lively celebration. The air is filled with music, laughter and the scent of food. Though you're unsure of the reason for the festivities, your heroes may be able to join in and enjoy a moment of respite, perhaps even securing a place to rest for the night. Join the party! Your heroes will join the party. This can have unknown consequences. Well, considering how the Hawkman was created, yes. I'm scared. Okay. But something happened and the game decided not to tell us what. Now I'm really scared. So, final event in this level, let's call it recent battlefield. You arrive at the aftermath of a recent battle. The ground still scarred by the clash. Looters have already stripped the area of anything valuable, but maybe, just maybe, they overlooked something worth your while. Okay, so I can loot the battlefield, possibly getting equipment, which would be good. I can pray and burn the dead, which will probably give me some like moral boost, stats or mana. I'm greedy. Give me stuff. Club. Okay, I got a club. Right, so based on where the text popped up right now, I do think that I did get something from the topmost chest, but it was hidden by the text popping up outside of the viewable area. So I would give one suggestion to the developers here: make it so that the text appears under the character's chest, wherever, when you're at the top of the screen, or even better, make it pop up like in a window in the center of the screen, same place every time. It would be, I think, easier to navigate. Okay, so I think it's boss fight time now. Are you ready to fight the boss? No, but let's do it anyway. Okay, so some basic minions being the front line, and the boss seems pretty beefy compared to them. I mean, it's a boss, it should be. Let's see, can I... No, I cannot target the boss in the back line, which is not unexpected. There, stab. Skill. Well, I'm for a black hole. That was a little underwhelming. Actually, let's check the enemies. Okay, so the enemies have same attributes as you do. Max health, max mana. Okay, so prowess is a standalone stat. I'm not sure. Prowess is based off strength, based on the colors. Power is based off intelligence. Precision is based off dexterity. That makes sense. And since they are two separate values, you presumably can get equipment or buffs that increase one and not the other. So it is possible that the core attributes have more effects than just directly translating to prowess, because otherwise it wouldn't make any sense to have them split. But this is understandable and I like that. Then there is defense, which I'm going to assume... you have to confirm that you want to roll between the enemies. So defense, I'm assuming, will... I'm not sure whether it gives you a chance to miss, but since there doesn't seem to be a chance to hit unless that is affected by the precision, that doesn't seem to make sense, so it probably is some sort of a mitigation. And speed probably governs how fast the unit gains action points, so faster will act more often and more often than others. And resistances make sense, they can be positive or negative, so negative resistance seems to be a vulnerability, increasing the damage taken from this type of attack. And positive, well, that's like standard resistance, so taking less damage from an attack of this particular type. That seems understandable, yes. Same thing for my units. Okay, so liking this so far. Dragon Breath. Right, okay, so back to the skills. They tell you which element they are. And in the Dragon Knight, was it? Case, this skill depends on the highest resistance / affinity. And since it's ranged, it probably can target that line. No, it in fact targets everything. And that worked. Bloodburst. There. Okay, the boss kinda hurts. Critical wound on the assassin. Get dead. Cannot use the Sky Strike. Melee. Kill this one, hopefully. Okay, that would have killed him. Mace. There. And now to beat down on the boss. This is gonna take a while, so heavy blow, blam. Prowess. Also prowess. So far, all the characters seem to have their damage based off prowess. The black hole, which seems to be a spellcast, is based off power, which comes from intelligence. So, oops. Get some mana back. So I haven't found use for dexterity. I would have assumed assassins would be dexterity based, but maybe that's for rangers and bow attacks. And I should probably start healing. Ow. Rest, no, focus. Up. Heavy blow. That does deal some damage. Wait, what's my HP? Yeah, I think I want to heal the vampire. No, don't summon more crap. Yeah, bad game, bad game, bad boss. There, the game so far is kinda good, but bad boss. Oh. Black hole is off cooldown, so that should take care of them. I think they are weak to whatever element black hole is. There. More punch. That was a big cast. I probably want to heal up some more. Out of curiosity, what's my speed? Because the enemy's speed was 30. Yeah, and so is mine. So looks like 30 speed is kinda baseline. Skill stab. 300 more health. Now you may have noticed that I'm trying to save up on stuff, and also I'm curious what happens when my heroes get knocked out. Ah, I thought that was the vampire acting. So this is what happens when the heroes get knocked out. I like that you can roughly tell the order in which the units will act. Oh, that was a self buff and not a damage. Okay, let's use assassinate. There, skill, assassinate, boom. Up, hurt. And I think the boss is down. Okay, taking down the boss drops a big chest. Got 2 equip pieces and the gem that was promised and the recipe for sea witch staff too. Okay, and I think there's a portal there. Kinda difficult to see the yellow portal against the yellow sand. There, I'm back to the lobby. What's this? Contracts. Ah, so these are like small quests and apparently it costs something. I'm assuming a little gold to get them. I will run the other dungeon as well, so I'm assuming that will be... I think that was a forest, so... Actually, I can just grab them all. And let's see if... Yeah, I think the heroes got resurrected on getting back to town. And I wanna try... Ah, you can only have one of each hero in your party at a time. That makes sense. Let's grab the cleric here, why not? Okay, so what can I buy? What can I do here? Right, so if I had more gems, I could get a permanent upgrade for the whole party. So that's one way to progress in the game. I'm not sure what stats the heroes had on level 1. I'm gonna assume they get slightly more HP and everything. And of course they will get higher stats, so that's another way to progress. What was here? So equips. I think I have some. Yeah, I can give the heroes equipment. The game tells you what each equipment will do for you, and apparently you can equip up to 6 different items. Can you equip copies of each? Let's buy another club. Yeah, let's buy a club. Not item, equipment. And okay, the game doesn't automatically top off heroes after changing equip that increases their stats. I think it should do that in a lobby. And you can have multiple copies of each item. Okay, why not? So you can really pick the best combo of stuff, I suppose. So this vendor doesn't do anything yet. Consumables, I have some, that should still be fine. I should probably buy stuff for all my heroes, but then again the first level was pretty manageable. And so I have found the blueprint for this thingy. I need more gems and more money to craft it, so I could probably rerun beach 1, but let's do forest 1 instead. And apparently the colors here correspond to the recipes here, or possibly, I don't know, maybe, we'll see. So, forest 1. Let's go a little quicker. You probably want to be as efficient as the boss as you can in exploring the map, or possibly even just rush the boss. Okay, so the slime is kinda working like a tank for the backline mandrakes or whatever they are. Carnivorous plant and slimes, okay. And the assassin that was not at full health because of equips in the lobby is at full health now, so that's not a problem. It resolves itself when you enter a dungeon, that's good. You don't have to waste potions in the lobby to top off. So let's deal with the slime. Hawkman goes to front line. I wonder if it's possible to adjust your formation in the lobby. I haven't thought to check for that. Cleric. Yeah, if the developers could, I don't know, put like the name of the hero who's acting to the left of or on top of this selection, that I think would make it easier to keep track of who is acting now. Or some other graphical effect, because look, I'm not the most perceptive guy around, but I'm struggling with this. So anyway, heal 2. Heal 60, 70, 80, 90. That's one thing I'm not understanding. So heal 2, does it mean that it heals or that it uses the second bracket, so 70% of power? I'm not sure. So if that is true, then skills apparently cap out at level 5, but it would be nice if, and again, if that is true, if the game would highlight which of those is going to be used. Like in this case, if heal 2 does heal 70% of power, if it had the 70 highlighted in green, orange, yellow, just something, it would be easier to read. So anyway, let's go for the slime. Hawkman, Sky Strike, and slime. That hurt. Vampire Bite. I was hoping it would take the slime out. Dagger 3. Okay, and let's cut down some plants. Divine Intervention heals all allies, removes all negative effects. Dead allies will be revived. This looks extremely powerful and pretty cheap, although once again I don't understand the base MP cost 70, actual cost 116 thing. Oh well, don't worry about it too much. The one problem I have here is that the cleric or priest or whatever it is, I think it's a cleric, doesn't seem to have a free attack, like a bonk. Also, it would be nice if the game actually told you which character you have selected now. Because sure, I grabbed the cleric, it's kinda obvious from the skills, but I think it would be nice to just tell you that this is the cleric. Oh well. Heal Hawkman. And Stabarune. Oh, damn, that was a bad Stabarune. The plant has 40% resistance to pierce. Okay, that makes sense. Sadly, I seem to have mostly piercing characters, so I will be struggling against the plants. Yeah, Vampire Bite is also pierce. Oh well. Sky Ray. Element Arcane. There. But damn, the plants are eating me and healing themselves. That's not good. plants slow, or am I just using cheaper attacks? I think I'm using cheaper attacks because I'm acting more often than they are. Cleric, heal thyself. No heal. Skyray on the big one, because I think... No, not item, skill. Because I think I can take care of the dying one even through the resistance now. Heal Hawkman. Go. Lightning amulet. Can I use equipment? Yes, you can swap equip. Grants 13% lightning resistance. Yeah, sure, why not? Just plants. But they're all resistant to me, so... did anyone say black hole? Cleric, take out this one. I probably should have attacked the one that was about to act. Good, that's dead. Heal thyself. Heal Hawkman. I probably should have used the Sun Ray or whatever it's called. Sky Ray. There, that's dead. Ooh, slimes. So, what are they resistant to? Nothing! Impact, but not as much as the plants. Okay. I can probably just bash those to death. I will have to get some mana regen stuff on the cleric. And in general. Hawkman. Focus! Focus! Also focus. Focus some more. Yeah, I like how the assassin's basic attack is cheap AP wise. Some mana regenerated on the characters that are using a lot of it. So no random events here, just fights. I'm a little disappointed, but Then again, maybe that's just because this is still a beta version of the game, it may have just either not been developed or it's hidden for the testers. 3 slimes, that's a lot. Not really difficult to fight, but they soak a lot of hits. I think I have some MP regeneration item on the assassin because he's not running out of mana, which is nice. Okay, so let's fight the boss here. That's a big, angry looking tree. Okay, and I'm in trouble now because the tree is going to be tanking for the carnivorous plants. And it will take me a while to go through its 1450 HP, and I don't wanna know its resistances. Pierce 20%, that's not too bad. It would be taking some extra damage from the fire, which makes sense. Yeah, so you definitely can and probably want to tailor your party to the dungeon you're going into, which I like. And I wonder if a black hole can kill the... Nope. Sad, but a black hole followed by a sky ray can. Vampiric Aura on, Blood Plague on, Bloodburst go. Let's see if I can splash and AoE them down. Deadly Focus gives you 100%. I think this would be more worth it on higher levels. On level 1, if I read the skill card correctly, it just doesn't deal enough damage. Skill... Sky Strike! Go! There. Skill... Divine Intervention. I think I will want to use that. So, item, mana potion, and here Bloodburst. Bloodburst should be more effective when it's used after it's been used. Stab the tree for negligible damage. And again. Alright, and this is where Divine Intervention goes bird. Yep, that was a lot of healing, and the plants in the back line are no longer there. That's nice. And now, unless the flipping tree summons more plants, I just need to keep punching it until it keels over and dies. And it's regenerating on top of everything. Great. There. Bonk. That wasn't a big bonk. That was a pretty small bonk, in fact. Get some mana back. Okay, so I think my level 1 characters will level up from this. So the cleric has 275 mana points, and I wonder, or capacity for mana, yeah. So I wonder if that increases between levels. And yeah, I think this is the time to start using stuff. I will cheat and do another divine intervention, and I think it costs more mana than I had. Yeah, it costs over 100. There, big healing. Ah, it wasn't the divine intervention that killed the plants, it was the bleed from the vampire. I see. And is it me, or am I doing no progress against the boss? Yeah, it's not going down very quickly, is it? I think something is draining my MP here on top of everything, because it keeps going down. But getting health stolen, okay, so that explains why it's not going down. And right, and I'm losing mana because I have the auras on. Yeah, that's it. this is one mighty annoying boss to fight. That looks like another divine intervention is needed. Well, running this stage seems like it's almost a net loss on gold with how many items I used and with how many chests there were. Hopefully the bounties or quests or whatever contracts I think they were called will outweigh that. Emerald, okay, mana potion, okay, so I got some stuff back. And yes, the cleric at level 1 had 275 mana maximum, now he has 300, so these stats definitely go up. Do you wish to leave the map? Yes. Alright, so now I should have the tree and bark armor, a lot of extra health. That's nice, minus fire resistance and plus other elements resistance, that makes sense, I like that. And let's see, well, apparently in the beta we can only run beach 1 and forest 1, at least I don't know how to unlock the other stages. And using the mouse also works, so it's mouse controllable too on the desktop. Well, okay, I have to say, so far I like the game. It probably will get repetitive soon, especially if it's just single player. But I like where this is going. Just a quick look through the items. Yeah, right, so spear 1 plus 2 to all attributes. Yeah, so it's good for both spellcasters and archers, but X1 plus 9 prowess. And what's the difference between plus 9 to strength and plus 9 to prowess? Right, a bow is extra precision. Ring of Mana. This is going to be a very tasty item. Extra crit chance, evasion, extra speed, resistances to everything / affinities for the Dragon Warrior or Dragon Knight or whatever that was. So you can build all sorts of builds for each of your characters. Yeah, I'm liking this equipment system. I mean, there is a lot of things, but you get direct comparisons in the inventory on swapping them, so that's good and gives you quick oversight. Sorry about that. And I'm assuming, since there was like Sword 1 and whatever, that there will be direct upgrades craftable, like Sword 2 with more stats and Sword 3 with even more stats, so that should be kinda straightforward. So yeah, cool system, well, basic but effective. And yeah, the boss fights were kinda engaging. You can probably prepare for them when you know the fights by bringing party with better skills, better elements. Maybe some cleanses for the tree so that it stops draining you every turn, so a paladin would have been great there. Right, so I will stop the live game recording here. I will collect my thoughts and I will summarize the, let's say, tips for the game developers in a hopefully short and concise list at the end. So see you with that in a bit, and moving on. Alright, so now to the actual quick summary of the review of Claritas Dungeon Crawler. Keep in mind this is based on the closed beta version. So the good points: the graphics are simple but endearing. The user interface is quite intuitive, and I think I got a decent hang of it in the hour or so I spent in the game. The classes variety is quite good. I only tried a few of them, but they all seemed to have their place and their game mechanics, while ultimately targeted at reducing the HP of the mobs to 0 and keeping your HP above 0, seem varied enough. The gameplay itself, the core mechanics of the game seem solid. The stats are mostly understandable and intuitive, I think. I loved the relatively high hero customizability through being able to switch the team composition almost on the fly, at least between the dungeons in the lobby, through mixing and matching whatever equipment you want. So you can easily build a speed freak with maximized speed who will act 3 or 4 times more often than the opponents. And through the freely redistributable skill points, a feature that I missed completely during the gameplay, but have seen available when I watched the trailer after the gameplay itself. And actually this is probably addressed by now, because on the game's website I saw that the update notes mention that there is now a message in the game telling you that redistributing your skill points is possible. The boss fights do feel like boss fights with a higher level of game mechanics than the normal fights, I would say, so that's a good thing. A thing I particularly liked was that the game remembers which action the specific hero used last, so this is good to avoid overtaxing the player by having them select the action over and over and over again. One thing I had some mixed feelings about was that the certain classes and their descriptions or backgrounds are a little adulterated, such as the mistress. Maybe something to work on, not to mentally scar the little ones who may be attracted to the game through its graphics. Now to some improvable things. The chest loot text in stages can move off screen when you're at the edge of the screen. So I would recommend that you have it appear in the middle of the screen in a box, ideally. Then I would like the user interface to tell you more, what's the word, distinctly which of the heroes is acting now, because during some of the fights when I was going quick, I was just pretty much auto-playing and I got confused about that. You may want to include some sort of a storyline and related quests. They may be in the full version and just missing in the beta. That is possible, but I think not having some long-term goal other than the vague run through the next higher dungeon will be bad for the game's longevity. But hey, that may just be me. Some players may just get to the final quest, that is probably kill God, beat the God, and then be done with the game. That's also a possibility. Now, some things that I feel are kinda uncertain, because the game hasn't officially launched yet, and because it's going to be launched on mobile, and we all know how mobile games are in this regard. Is it going to be buy to play or some sort of a freemium where entrances to dungeons are limited and you can buy more if you want to play more of the game, or how is this gonna work? Because I noticed in your webpage that you promised to add many more dungeons to the game in the future, so sure, you would like to be able to continue doing that. When I was rummaging the webpage, I stumbled on ways to support the creator, but I cannot find them now, so I cannot really comment on this at the moment. So, my final verdict. I quite liked what I saw so far, and this might be a nice game to relax with if this genre is your thing. I would give it, let's say, 8 out of 10 potatoes. So, Icaro, thank you for contacting me. I did have fun playing your game, and I wish you a happy and growing player base. And with that, Caoryn, over and out.
If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and watch the video again.